Hello, I hope you're doing well today. Welcome to another review on the channel. This one's going to be posted probably the day after the Spider-Man and Luna video. Today we're taking a look at the Marvel Legends Marvel Rivals Moon Knight figure. This one was a pretty interesting release for a couple of reasons, mostly his accessories and the way they decided to tackle that. I'm excited to be picking these Marvel Rival figures up. They definitely look better than your regular Hasbro product, so I'm glad to be taking a look at these guys. Before we look at Moon Knight too closely, we're going to take a look at his packaging, and this is actually, I wouldn't say there's like one particular like size for the package, because the figures are coming in all different shapes and sizes and packed with other figures. So I was going to say this is like a bigger than normal package for this line, but it's really not. I mean, hasn't been a single like standard size. So here we've got kind of a perfectly square box, nice and sleek. Instead of saying it down at the bottom, his name, it says Moon Knight on the side. We have a nice big window that'll show the figure and all of his accessories. And we have some more on the side, window on the side, a little square of art down there. Down here, we've got some artwork of Moon Knight on the back and a little bio and all the characters. We've taken a look at these two already. Now we're going to look at this guy. And we're going to be referencing this artwork throughout the video. I know I said that in the Spidey and Luna review, and I only think referenced it once, but this one, there's some things to look at on this guy. So now that we've taken a look at the package, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the figure. No, we're not. We're going to take a look at everything that the figure comes with. All right, now looking at the figure's accessories, the first things we're going to talk about are his little Moon Knight sticks here. So it's probably might be hard with the white on white, but here they're really bendy, soft plastic. It's got two colors. It's got a black and some white. If you have eyeballs, then you see that. And it's got a good bit of sculpted detail in it. I mean, he's got some little buttons and things and an ankh there, and just some little nubbins and whatnots and some sculpted lines, and they're pretty much identical. Yeah, they're practically identical. So you have those. They do not store on his back like they do in the game. So he also comes with two of his little crescent orangs, and they're just molded in white plastic, and they've got some sculpted detail in there. And I'm already getting the package out because we're going to talk about the main issue with this guy, and starting with his accessories, and that's his paint. So we can see we've obviously got a lot more painted detail on these little crescents. Just looking at the box is pretty incriminating. This is what we're supposed to have, and this is what we have. So not great. Not great. If you've been paying attention to these releases, you know that that's not all that Moon Knight here comes with. He also comes with an alternate swappable cape here. And this is kind of, again, in that crescent Moon Knight shape. And I'll be curious to see how this works, because the way it looks is like, the way the collar is and the peg, it would be more like the cape is like displayed like this versus like this. So we'll see how that works. It's done well enough. It's cast in white, and it's got some black line work and stuff that's all painted fairly cleanly. And I'm guessing that this is what made the price of the figure so high. I don't know. We'll talk about that more at the end of the review. Looking now at Moon Knight, we're going to go ahead and see how tall he stands. Moon Knight here stands about, to the top of his hood, about 6 1/4 inches, according to my measurements. Going ahead and seeing how he stands up against another Marvel Rivals figure. Here we have got the Punisher here, and Punisher stands a good bit taller than Moon Knight does, and I would deem that appropriate. For some other Marvel Rivals comparisons, here we have Spider-Man and Luna Snow. For a not Marvel Rivals figure, here we have the Game Reverse Captain America, standing a bit taller. Next up here we have the Storm Arena Ryu from the Street Fighter Alpha line. And I would say I would consider him a stand-in for Jada as well. He's a bit shorter. I would say that works. And lastly, here we have DC Universe Classics The Question, who stands a bit taller. So there you have that. Looking now at the figure itself, in a word, how would I describe this? I would say disappointing. So I'll say that the sculpt work on the guy is all there. He's got, I mean, he looks like the game. I mean, he's got like his mask and some of the painted black all around, the different black and white, and he's got texture down here and all the different armor plates, and he's got some straps, and I mean, everything is sculpted just like it is in the game. He's got the windswept cape here. I think I would have, I mean, it looks nice enough, but I would have preferred if he maybe just had a drooping, hanging down cape. But I mean, none of the other figures really have anything windswept, so it doesn't, I don't think it would create inconsistency on the shelf or anything. And I mean, it's done well enough, I would say. Like, it kind of looks like it makes sense. And if you actually look at some artwork of the game, I was looking at artwork of this guy, the cape is actually recreating an exact pose from some artwork, and it might have been the artwork on the box, I'm not sure. I'm not getting it back out. Well, I will. But and we can see it's a variety of molded and painted plastics. So on the chest, I believe that this is cast in this pearly white plastic. I feel like I can just kind of see some of those pearl lines in there, maybe. And then I think the shoulders are like painted. And so it creates kind of a subtle difference. It may be hard to tell. Yeah, I think you would really have to look at it to notice, but I think the difference is there between, you can tell what's painted and you can tell what's molded. So I would say that the paint is the worst thing on this guy. We're going to look at Punisher, and he was how you did paint right on these figures, and so was Luna Snow. This guy, like, I mean, he has some brown straps and spots on him, and he's got some areas that are painted black and eyes there that are, and I mean, and it looks okay. But then when you take the box out and you look at the actual artwork that they gave you to compare the figure against, you can see so much more, so much more color and so much more detail. Like, he's got all of these gold accents, like here in the hood, that was just painted black. And on the mask, that was just painted black. And like little bits in the shoulders and the forearms and the knuckles, all of this here. And I mean, he has some brown spots, but it's mostly gold. So I mean, like, you can, it's pretty incriminating. Like, I mean, just look at the artwork and look at all the colors in the artwork, and then look at this guy. All right, I gave you long enough. You can pause the video and look at all of that stuff if you want to. So it was disappointing for me because I didn't open this guy first. I didn't open up this guy first. I opened Punisher up first. And Punisher actually did get all of those little painted details. Not all of them perfectly, because these are supposed to be kind of budget releases. But he had a lot more going on than this guy has. So it's disappointing to look at the artwork and then look at this guy and see what all he's missing. But the sculpt there is still great. Looking now at the articulation, this guy has a double ball peg neck here. And it doesn't allow for much range. You have to make sure that the hood is tucked into the cape there, and he does not look up very far. And looking down, he looks down well enough. He gets a little bit of tilt, not anything crazy. So that's disappointing with the head. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take his cape off so that we can get a better look at everything. Moving down to the shoulders, be careful that you're not scratching paint off when you move these up under. And he can get almost 90. This is really soft plastic, so just be careful with stuff popping off. So can't really get 90, but he should be able to get the range you want him to. We've got his rotation. That's kind of ratcheted, actually. We have our bicep swivel here. Moving down, we've got double jointed elbows that are pretty well hidden by like sculpting the gauntlets and the black. You can't really tell, but it still doesn't look very bad as far as the elbow goes, I would say. And gets a good bit of range. Going down to the wrist, we actually have some vertical hinges versus horizontal hinges. So that'll help with holding his weapons nicely. So this is an interesting thing they did with the torsos on these figures, particularly Moon Knight and Punisher. So we have a ball peg on the top joint, and he can lean back that far forward, or that far back. What am I saying? That's neutral. And then he can't really lean forward too much. A little bit. Going out to the side, it's nothing crazy. And so what they did, I haven't really seen this combination before. They combined a ball peg upper with the, well, no. Moon Knight actually doesn't have any. So that's worse than what I was going to say. He doesn't have any waist movement. No upside down crunch, no swivel, no ball peg, no nothing. He's got nothing down there. He's just got this top joint here, and that's where you're going to get your rotation if you want it. So not ideal. Moving down to the hips, we have drop down hips. Also not ideal. I would say the drop downs might help with this because he has things like his pouches and his armor plates that might bump into each other. So I wouldn't want to scuff anything up like that. So I would say that's what drop down hip. If drop down hips have a purpose, it's for that, not for range. It's for having the figure not rub up on itself. So he can get about 90 going forward. And then going out to the side, it's almost splits. It's good enough, probably. It's about what Spider-Man and Luna got, I believe. Moving down, we've got a thigh swivel, and we can see, I'm pretty sure like we have some like lighter grayish paint here. Maybe it's just different in the texturing, I don't know, but like we have that, but like we can't get some of the gold accents that this guy had. So I don't know. Moving down to the knees, we've got some double jointed knees, and the lower legs on this guy are crazy long. So like we would need like the top of the foot to be like, imagine the bottom of my finger is the top, where the top of his foot should be. It needs to be like down here, probably. So it's like, I think we'll just look at it when we get to it. So the double jointed knee does get all the range you want, really. And then down here we point our toe, and then point our toe up that far, and then we've got our ankle pivot that works well enough. I think where they went wrong is the size of his ankle here. The foot probably needs to be brought in closer to his shin guard here. I think that's part of what makes his lower legs so long. You can't really tell when he's just standing there, I would say. His legs do maybe look a bit lanky. This guy's probably not as buff as he is in the game. I'll be honest, he's a bit scrawny. But I mean, you can't really tell the length of his lower legs so much just standing there, and it's not going to be as easy to tell maybe when he's posed necessarily, but it's not, I mean, we should still, you can chalk it up to stylization if you want. That's why he's got some ganglier proportions, but I mean, if you played the game, then the characters are kind of more stout than they are gangly. So as far as posability goes, it's also disappointing. I would have liked, I mean, they could have incorporated like a ball torso into his waist fair enough with his belt, and then he would have been able to get more range. And the head doesn't get much range either. And hooded figures should still not really have a problem getting that double ball peg range. So overall, This is definitely the most disappointing figure that I've looked at from the Marvel Rivals collection here. Part of that, he's also more expensive. For some reason, this guy's more expensive than the Punisher. He's a smaller figure. He comes with less accessories and less paint. And this guy is like $39.99 or $40.99. He's the worst looking one, and he doesn't come with much accessories. He's the same price as the Spider-Man and Luna Snow 2-pack. He might be more expensive if you're getting them at Target. So, not ideal. Not ideal. But, I mean, if you're into this Marvel Rivals line, I'm sure you can justify picking this guy up. He's not terrible. He's just missing a lot of paint. The sculpted detail is all there. You're going to be able to look at it and tell that he's Marvel Rivals Moon Knight. So, I would just say, I gave you the facts. You can make your own informed buying decision. So, thank you for coming to me for some facts and figures. I hope you have a great rest of your day.